Hello everybody. So what are we doing today? I've gone ahead and colored some mushrooms with their stems, so we're going to continue that today so that you know how to do those. I've also started a crystal here, so we'll be doing those today. And what else did I do? I started the background over here, so I'll continue here with you. And I started some clouds in the sky with pencils. So I'll be doing that with you. So let's get started. Let's start with the crystals. A trick that I picked up a few years ago is from Olivier Colors. She uses ink tints. Now, what is ink tints? Well, ink tints comes from Derwent, and it's ink in the form of a pencil, and you use a water brush like this to dissolve the ink. So it sort of works like a watercolor. It's a lot of fun to use, and the colors are just so vibrant. So what Olivier does is colors the whole crystal in white, and it actually helps the paper to add that water. I'm going to do this one here with some teal green just over here so you can see what it does. The rest I'm with white, because when I do the crystals I only use the white, and then I go in with my pencils to add in the color. So here I have a water brush here, and I filled up the tube with water. What I can do is just make sure there's no bubble over here by pressing it and pressing it down and putting the top on. So eventually I'll do a background with ink tints, so you'll be able to see how that works. So let's do the white first. And the green. Watch the teal, how pretty it gets. Look how pretty that is. How vibrant. There. And when that dries, it doesn't move anymore. So you can add anything on top of it and it's going to stay there. So, a lot of fun. All right. Let's go in the crystals that the paper is dry. And we're going to use our combination. So for the crystals, we'll be using the, let me get a pencil here, Cobalt Turquoise 105, True Blue 903, Cloud Blue 1023, Non-Photo Blue 919, Indigo Blue 901, Light Aqua 992, Indanthrone Blue 208. For the sky, we will be using Non-Photo Blue 919, Light Aqua 992, Cloud Blue 1023, and the white Prismacolor. For the mushrooms, we'll be using the 122 Permanent Red, 926 Carmine Red, 924 Crimson Red, 925 Crimson Lake. Those sound pretty much the same, don't they? 937 Tuscan Red and 916 Canary Yellow. So let's get those out here. So light aqua, indigo blue, indanthrone, Then what else? True Blue, 903, 105. Okay. And the Cloud Blue. Okay. We'll start with the ones that are not wet. So I'll just put in a little layer of Cloud Blue, the 1023. Okay. I see here my green from my bird across the paper. But you know, you can color outside the lines. Like, it doesn't matter. These things happen. We can try erasing it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we'll try. Yeah, it's been on there too long, and blues and greens, mostly blues, are difficult sometimes to get off. All right, so let's go in with the Aqua and do just the top here. Let's do just the top here. The top over here. How about the side all the way down? So we're just going in different areas for each section. Okay, then we'll go in with the True Blue. This little corner hasn't been colored, so I'll go in here. This one hasn't been colored either, so let's go down from the Aqua over here. So this is really what you're feeling, you know? Okay, so let's continue over here. This is the one that we did not put the ink. And I am a beginner when it comes to crystals, so I'm just going in and hoping for the best. Don't worry, it comes out okay. So 105 Cobalt Turquoise. Gotta keep trying till you get what you like, right? Practice makes perfect, and you don't have to be perfect anyways, so I'm just adding some in different areas. There. This one as well. Just all right, so the crystals, like, they have so many different shades. Okay, my darkest one, I'm gonna go down the line here. Down the line there, down the line. This one, this one, this one, this one. So. And as usual, at first it looks like, what is going on? This looks terrible. Well, you just keep going and it'll start looking good. There's always an ugly stage. I would say just try and keep, I mean, there are crystals all over these books. So lots of opportunities to practice. With the Cloud Blue, I'm going to go ahead all over, blending everywhere. Go up in lines and down in lines. it will create that effect that crystals have. No one crystal is the same. They're all different, right? And the white. Let's get our white out here. Going down in lines and up in lines. So we're creating some lines here. I sharpened it too sharp, so that's why that little tiny tip went off. It's my fault. I should not sharpen it that much. Okay, sometimes I'm not thinking, and I just go and sharpen and without realizing that, whoops, it was on too sharp. So that's what happens when you play around with the sharpener. There we go. And then we'll go in with our Posca pen. So how is that looking? Not bad, right? So we go down the lines. Come on, Posca pen, start working. Okay. So I'm going to press down here. I'm going to put the cover on and shake. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. See when I press down a long time, the ink comes out. So I'm just going to use it up. I'm going to dip my pencil in. I'm going to fix that up a bit. It's because it's too thick now the way that I did this. Okay. I can't wait till the new Poscas arrive. I'm kind of not happy because I bought them on the day after Christmas, right? So everything that I bought was on sale. And I ordered them to be delivered. Now, I was thinking, they're somewhere in Montreal and they'll be here. They told me delivery was the 29th. And now delivery is the 6th. And guess where it's coming from? From Calgary. So I'm thinking, oh no, my God, it's freezing outside, in Calgary and in Quebec. what kind of shape are they going to be in if they're going to be freezing? So, I don't know. You know, they leave Michael's, they get picked up by Pura later, and then they go to the center, and then they're delivered to Montreal, and then they're delivered to my place. So, like, that's a lot of different transportation methods and trucks and whatever. So I don't know if it's worth it. I'm hoping that it didn't freeze anywhere along the way. I was thinking, everything that I'm buying is already in Quebec, you know. But I was wrong. So, all right, let's go back in. Or we might as well do this one at the same time. Oh no! What did I do? Patricia, what have you done? Oh. You wanted Posca, you got it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just wipe this off a little bit. Go in with my pencil. So instead of doing that on the paper, I should have went on my black paper here just beside me. Has the lesson been learnt? Okay. There is a pen that would do a much thinner line, so I'm waiting for that in my shipment. The Jelly Roll. All right, so let's go in with the light aqua. Okay, wipe off that extra. The cloud blue, we'll blend that out. So I'm not really going in just one way. I'm going in with the whatever pencil I'm picking up, actually. I'm not following just one method. This is the True Blue 903. The 905 Cobalt Turquoise. the Indanthrone. So I'm just going to do the corner here. Do this corner here. This one here. Let's blend some of this up with the white. So we're just going to go in upward movements, side movement, up, down, upwards. All right, with the Indigo Blue 901, I will go ahead along the line. Like that, I'll go on this line here, this one. There are some tutorials out there that might be doing a better job than me, but I mean, it's not bad. We can tell it's a crystal, right? Can you tell? Okay, with the white. I'm going over the Posca because it was too thick. So while I'm doing that, the white is removing some of the whiteness from the Posca. If that makes any sense. With the Indigo Blue, I'll come back and follow some lines again. Give it some shade, some deeper shades. So the white pencil from Prismacolor is your friend right now. It's helping out with the blending. Okay, we're just going to do that like that. What we're going to do this time is take our time and just do a gradient and see what happens. So, with the light aqua, so dark to light, let's add in over that gradient True Blue 903. Let's bring back the Aqua to go down further. Let's go in with the white and drag some of that down. And then with our darker colors, we'll blend in at the top here. Let's go in with the white again and drag some of that down. Let's go with the indigo right there by the line here. Darken that up a bit in the corner. With the Copenhagen Indanthrone Blue 208. Bring that down. That should be okay. And with the Posca, let's do this by taking our time, and let's find the Posca. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Don't forget I have a sheet behind this page to protect. So with the Posca, why? I guess it's getting empty. Okay, I'm getting a shipment the 6th of June. This is a Jelly Roll 10, Sakura, Japan. This one I've had a long time, so it doesn't always work great. Here it's working fine because it's on this toothy paper. But when I get in here, it's a little more fussy, but we don't have much choice. So I think what I'm going to do is do this offline. Just get some of that white there and leave it be. All right. So let's start that little combo again. So at the top, the Aqua, light Aqua. See how beautiful this Aqua lies on the ink? It's gorgeous. Let's go back with some True Blue 903. Absolutely gorgeous. With the white, we will go and blend that together. All right. Let's go with the Aqua in this little corner here. This one here. This one here. So we change it up from one place to the other. The True Blue 908. The Indigo along the feather here so that we get a nice dark area here. Going down. With the Indanthrone. Let's just make sure that our we get some little different color so that the tail will stand out. Let's get our white out. Start blending some of this. Let's just make sure that our line is a little bit darker so that we know where to put our Posca when we come back. So hopefully the 6th of January I'll get my shipment and everything will work out properly. Right? Let's hope. Let's hope. Let's add a little bit of white here. So wherever it's lighter, I'm adding more white, trying to get to have light, very light areas. All right. This one was prettier, the one I did offline, but we're going to have to live with this. I'll fiddle around with it on my own time. So I'll put whatever I can with the jelly roll, and then I'll come and scratch it off or color over it. Blend some of that blue into it. So, yeah. Okay. So I'll let that jelly roll dry, and tomorrow I'll just come and color over that. Let's get into the red combo for those toadstools. Okay. So We need the permanent red 122. Where's that? Yes, 122. The Carmine red 926. The crimson red 924. The 925 Crimson Lake, Tuscan red 937, Canary yellow 916. All right, so these should be a lot of fun to do. So I should do these 1, 2, 3 with you, and the rest you can do as your homework, and I can go ahead and just do that offline. Let's drink a little bit of water. Okay, so we're going to start with the lightest red, which is the Carmine red 926. We will go very lightly everywhere. That. All right, our next red is the permanent red 122. So on the edges, we're leaving the center light. So we're concentrating here on the exterior parts of the mushroom. Like so. The next red will be the 924. We'll be doing the darkest areas here. We're going light-handedly. Then with the Crimson Lake 925, we're going to stay a little bit more on the tips of the mushroom, the toadstool. I think when there are warts like this, they're called toadstools, and they are poisonous. The mushrooms do not have the warts and are not poisonous, but then again, I'm no expert what's poisonous and what's not, so please do not eat wild mushrooms without knowing, because I'm not the one who's going to know that much. Okay, the lightest, I'm going to go one little tiny shade more with the 926 Carmine red. All right, on the very tips now with the Tuscan red 937. Kind of looks like a strawberry. It's making me hungry. And I'm going to go in with the white polychromos because I can sharpen it more than the Prismacolor because the tip is a hard tip, and get into those little areas. And it still lightens up the color a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going in with the Canary Yellow 916, only in the middle here, in the lighter area. Okay, I love this combination. There we go. Very nice. Okay, let's go on to the other mushroom. Doing the same thing, keeping the middle lighter. So we've already put the first coat of 122 permanent red. Now we're going in with the 926 Carmine red. No, actually I put the 926 already as the first coat. The second coat is layer 122 permanent red, so it wouldn't matter too much. I'm not going in the center of the toadstool. I'm keeping that center nice and pale. Then I will go in with the 924 Crimson Red. Sometimes I go a little bit over the line, and I don't worry too much about that. And then the 925 Crimson Lake. The Tuscan Red, 937, just on the edges. And with the lightest color, we'll go back with the 926 Carmine Red, and just add a little bit here, a little bit more. All right. With the Polychromos White, I'm going to remove all the tooth. With the Prismacolor white, could do, but I've put quite a bit of wax here with all the different colors. And so with the polychromos being more oil-based, I won't have a problem blending. Now with the Canary Yellow 916 in the center. There we go. All right. One last one. The others I'll do on my own. I'll start with the lightest one, 926 Carmine Red. And then the 924 Crimson Red. So after this, we're going to do some of the sky. The Crimson Lake 925. So the polychroma white you can get open stock, and just the one pencil. You don't have to buy a whole kit, a whole set. And same with the ink tints. They're open stock, so you can get just the white ink tints. And so now I'm going in with the lightest 926 Carmine Red. So at least it allows you, open stock allows you to try a new product, see how you like it. And you don't have to invest in a whole big set. And as I start introducing those products, you'll be able to go get them one by one, unless you really love them and want to get the big set eventually. 916 Canary Yellow. So the Derwent, I don't have all the colors. I only have the colors that I bought open stock when I'm following a tutorial. There we go. Such a pretty red. Let's start with the sky. So for the sky, we need the non-photo blue. Should be somewhere around here. Non-photo blue, where are you? Okay, I'm gonna stop for a second and I'll be back. I'll just get my colors. Let's start the sky. Now, with the non-photo blue 919. I'm starting over here in the corner. Like that. I'm going to take my white, sharpen it a little bit over here. Put the lever for blunter tip. Now, on that side, I'm going to add some non-photo blue. Very lightly. on this side here of the cloud, I'm going to put a layer of white. I'm going to do the whole, I'm just going at the edge like this. It's much easier to color afterwards. And also with the non-photo 919. There. Okay, so I went in with the white all over here. Make sure that that stays the whitest. And then on the non-photo here that I did, I'm going to go in very small circles and blend that out. Let's continue with the non-photo blue. Let's go on top of that with the white, small circles. So this is something that I'm going to do on all of the background, except the bottom. I'm going to think of something else for the bottom. And I'm not going to do it all in one shot because it can get tedious. But I can do it every once in a while. Just do a small area and then go back. I'm going to add more non-photo blue around the edge here. And go up a little more with the white. Let's do another little section here in another direction. So this area will be white. And on top here will be the non-photo. Throughout the coloring, I might add different colors, but for now, it's non-photo and white. Let's get the 1023 Cloud Blue and go up a little bit here. There we go. Up a little bit over here. Getting some different shades in there. And with just the white, clean it off on a piece of paper. And I'll just go in here. All right. Now, we were in that direction, so let's go in this direction here. So underneath here will be whiter. And on the top will be the non-photo blue. We'll blend that out with the Prisma. The white Prismacolor is really fun for blending out, especially for clouds, snow. Let's go ahead and add a bit more non-photo blue. Then the cloud blue. Let's go over that. What we just did with the cloud blue, and we'll blend with the white. I'll add a little bit more of the photo blue. Blend that up with the white. Let's go ahead and add some over here. Am I still in the view? I am. Good. So, some white underneath here. And then on top, we'll go in with the non-photo. Blend that with the white. Okay. With the cloud blue. (1023) cloud blue. Try blending that out more here with our white. I'll go ahead and try to another one here. White underneath the line, and then blend out the turquoise, the non-photo blue. Okay. I'm going to use some chalk here and see what happens. I'm going to take the white. I'm just going to try a little area. I'm not sure if there's a difference, but I'll try out some more later. So let's zoom this out. Get the sheet of paper out like this. Okay, so let's continue the sky in this area here. Over here. So let's start with a non-photo 919. Go very lightly. And then with the white, I'm going heavy-handed with the white. A little bit of light aqua 992. And back with the white. All right, so same thing over here. The 919 non-photo blue. The white. And the light aqua 992. Let's make sure that we don't have any tooth left around here. And very lightly. Okay, with the white, I'm going heavy-handed now. Okay. We'll probably stop the clouds somewhere around the head of the bird. And then we'll do the rest of the sky this way. The rest of the background, I should say. And as we go further down the page, then we'll see, do we put green maybe to look like grass? Maybe some grass background. All right. Now for the skin of the girl, I'm going to go back in with the 1001, try to correct some of the tooth here is still showing. You can go over the tattoos. Between her fingers here, it would be blue because we're seeing the bird. Okay. Go in with the white. Let me sharpen it. Make sure your tip is clean. Where's my brush? Okay, I'll go in with the white around her face here. I can still see some of the tooth. Okay, now for the stems of the mushrooms, I started with the dark brown 946. So on the top and the bottom. Here it'll be pretty much shade, so I can do the whole little thing here. The top here of the stem and the bottom of the stem. And then with the light umber 941, blending out the dark brown. And then with the yellow, 916 Canary yellow for the middle. And then with the Artichoke, 1098, I'm going over the yellow. I'm blending out the brown here, the umber, and going over the yellow. Oh, there's my brush. Oh, Lord. Okay. See some tooth over here. Fix that up. Okay. Let's do one more crystal here. So what I figured out when I took a break is I took my ruler and with this little jelly roll here, right, it's working fine. It's just that it seems that it's working better with the ruler. I don't know why. That's really strange. So I went over the black lines right away with the jelly roll, and it seems to help. So I went over them several times. Had to be very patient. So now I'll take my darkest indigo and just go right beside the lines so that I don't lose them, but I want to keep some of that jelly roll, the white. So these crystals are giving me trouble. So I'm trying to understand how I could do them. Okay, so the lines should be good now. And we don't want to lose them because then we lose the shape of the crystal. Okay, I'll go in with my next darkest, the Indanthrone 208. Just map out that area. I think I've already lost my way, but anyway. Okay. Does it still look like a crystal? Let's go in with the Cobalt Turquoise 105. Okay, let's go in with the white and see what we have here. So let's just pull out the colors that we have. So we managed to keep some of that jelly roll. We have some lighter areas. And we have some darker areas, so maybe we're not doing too bad. I'm going to sharpen that indigo blue again. I'm going to do the corner here. Do this corner here. This one. Another corner here. And then I'm going to pull that out with my white. Let's go in with the Aqua 992. At some point, we're going to find a way to get this to look like a crystal. The way is not easy. This is a challenge. Let's go in with the Indanthrone here. With the cloud blue, we will blend some of this out. The Indanthrone blue, I'll go on one side here. With the cloud blue, I'll blend some of that out. All right. It's a little bit easier than what I was doing before. Let's look a little bit at the bottom here. So we'll be going in with some yellow for these little bits here. You'll notice I've done these ones here. And then we'll go at the bottom of each with a dark brown, the 946. Please like and subscribe. And then light umber 941. So it really helps out a lot when you like the video. And if you haven't subscribed, that'll help as well. And we'll go over all of that with the Artichoke 1098. So I'm really, really happy with how things are going. Let's continue. Here's some taller ones here with the yellow. Oh, just discovered another crystal there. So your homework is finish the crystals. Good luck. I hope you do better than me. and another crystal there. We discover this page as we go. All right, so you can finish all these little plants here. I'll probably go in with some greens for the rest. We do light umber. All the stems of the mushrooms. You can go ahead. You can do all the mushrooms. I know they're supposed to be toadstools, but we'll say either or. And then with the artichoke. All right. So by using these colors, which are the same as the mushrooms up here, it keeps the page coherent. So we haven't been using too many different colors. We've just been using the same colors. So far we have all the blues that are the same blues. We have not changed. The reds are all the same reds. And then the hair with the orange. So we're doing pretty good here. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.